Have you ever had a disagreement with your brother or sister? Well, get ready for a story about two brothers whose rivalry was epic. This is the tale of Jacob and Esau, twin brothers whose lives were full of drama, adventure, and important lessons. Our story begins with their parents, Isaac and Rebekah. For a long time they wished for children. Isaac prayed to God, asking for a family, and God answered his prayer in a big way. Rebekah was going to have twins, but even before they were born, the two brothers were already wrestling and struggling inside her. It was a sign of the exciting and sometimes difficult lives they would lead. The first twin to be born was Esau. He was covered in red hair and grew up to be a strong and skillful hunter. He loved being outdoors, tracking animals, and living an adventurous life. His father Isaac loved the delicious meals Esau would bring home and favored him. A moment later, his brother Jacob was born, holding onto Esau's heel. Jacob was the opposite of his brother. He was a quiet, thoughtful person who preferred to stay at home in the tents. His mother Rebekah had a special place in her heart for Jacob. This difference in their personalities, and their parents' favoritism, set the stage for a lot of trouble. One day Esau came back from a long, unsuccessful hunting trip. He was exhausted and starving. He saw that Jacob had just made a delicious-smelling stew. "Please, give me some of that red stew, I'm about to faint," Esau begged. Jacob, who was always thinking ahead, saw an opportunity. He said, "First, sell me your birthright." Now, the birthright was a very important thing back then. It meant that the older son would get a double portion of the family's inheritance and become the new leader of the family. It was a promise of future blessings and honor. But Esau wasn't thinking about the future. He was only thinking about his hungry stomach right now. "Look, I am about to die," he said. "What good is the birthright to me?" So, for a simple bowl of stew and some bread, Esau gave away his precious birthright. This impulsive choice, valuing a moment of comfort over a lifetime of blessings, would be something he would later regret deeply. As their father, Isaac, grew very old, his eyesight faded, and he knew he didn't have much time left. He wanted to give his special, final blessing to his favorite son, Esau. This blessing wasn't just words. It was believed to shape the future of the person who received it. So, Isaac called Esau to him. "My son," he said, "go out to the fields and hunt some wild game for me. Prepare it the way I like, and after I eat, I will give you my blessing." Esau immediately grabbed his bow and arrows and headed out. But Rebekah had overheard everything. She loved Jacob and was determined that he should get the blessing instead. She quickly came up with a cunning plan. She told Jacob, "Go to the flock and bring me 2 choice young goats, so I can prepare a tasty meal for your father, just the way he likes it. Then you will take it to him and receive the blessing." Jacob was worried. "But Esau is a hairy man, and I am a man with smooth skin," he pointed out. "What if my father touches me? He'll know I'm tricking him, and I will get a curse instead of a blessing." But Rebekah was insistent. She took the skins of the goats and put them on Jacob's smooth hands and neck. She dressed him in Esau's best clothes, which smelled like the outdoors, and gave him the delicious food she had prepared. With his heart pounding, Jacob went in to his blind father. "My father," he said. Isaac was confused. "Who is it?" "The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau," he murmured. He asked Jacob to come closer and felt the hairy goat skins on his arms. The smell of the outdoors from the clothes also fooled him. Convinced it was Esau, Isaac ate the meal and then gave Jacob the powerful blessing, promising him prosperity, leadership over his brother, and a special place in God's plan. Just as Jacob left, Esau returned from his hunt. He prepared the food and brought it to his father, excitedly saying, "My father, sit up and eat, so that you may give me your blessing." Isaac trembled. "Who are you?" he asked. "I am your son, your firstborn, Esau," he replied. Isaac realized what had happened. "Your brother came deceitfully and has taken your blessing." When Esau heard this, he let out a loud and bitter cry. He was heartbroken and filled with rage. He had already sold his birthright, and now he had lost his blessing too. The rivalry between the brothers had exploded into betrayal and hatred. Esau was so angry that he planned to get his revenge on Jacob as soon as their father passed away. Fearing for Jacob's life, Rebekah warned him to run away. She sent him to her brother Laban's house, far away, until Esau's anger cooled down. Jacob left his home with nothing but the clothes on his back and the blessing he had stolen. His journey was long and lonely, but it was also the beginning of a great transformation. During his journey, Jacob had an incredible dream. He saw a stairway reaching from the earth all the way to heaven, with angels going up and down it. At the top stood God, who repeated the promises he had made to Jacob's grandfather, Abraham, and his father Isaac. God promised to be with Jacob, to protect him, and to one day bring him back to his homeland. When Jacob woke up, he realized he wasn't alone. God was with him. This encounter gave him hope and strength for the challenges ahead. Many years passed. Jacob worked for his uncle Laban, got married, and had a large family of his own. He became a wealthy man with many flocks and herds. But he never forgot about the brother he had wronged. The time finally came for him to return home. But Jacob was terrified. He was about to face Esau, the brother who had sworn to harm him. He didn't know if Esau was still angry after all this time. The night before he was to meet Esau, Jacob was alone and filled with fear. He prayed to God for protection. That night, a mysterious man came and wrestled with Jacob until daybreak. Jacob held on tight and refused to let go until the man blessed him. The man changed Jacob's name to Israel, which means he who struggles with God, because he had struggled with God and with humans and had overcome. This intense struggle changed Jacob forever. He walked away with a limp, but also with a new identity and a new confidence in God's presence. The next day, Jacob saw Esau coming with 400 men. Jacob bowed down to the ground 7 times as he approached his brother. He was showing humility and respect. But instead of attacking, Esau did something amazing. He ran to meet Jacob, threw his arms around his neck, and embraced him. The two brothers, separated for so long by bitterness and anger, both wept. Esau's heart had been softened. He had forgiven his brother. In that moment of embrace, all the years of pain and rivalry melted away. It was a powerful act of reconciliation, showing that even the deepest wounds can be healed. It reminds us that forgiveness is a choice, a powerful choice that can mend broken relationships and bring peace. Their story, which began with a struggle, ended with a hug. It teaches us about the consequences of our choices, the dangers of jealousy, and the incredible healing power of forgiveness. Thank you for watching and God bless.